the swamp. Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville. It's the Florida State Seminoles and the Florida Gators. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Thanks, Reese. Checking in with the Florida State head coach here before the kick. He understands the rivalry nature of this game, and he has asked his players to play with poise every step of the way. This crowd can get you off your pace. They can disrupt things at the line of scrimmage. And he said, guys, we have to communicate and stick together in this environment today. Guys?
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. On the return, it's Wilcox. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Gators offense will go on the attack first. Renegade was feeling his oats the last time these two got together as Florida State blew out the Gators.
And with that win, it just carried so much momentum throughout the rest of the season for the Seminoles and in the offseason as well. This is one of those games, if you win like that, you make a statement, not just in the state of Florida, but all across the country.
From the gun, it's Smith. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage, and this defense gets off to a good start.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground. Now they'll throw. Hauls it in. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Now on first down from the 28. DB's right up on the receivers. Drops back on first down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Need a bunch on 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Smith. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Keeps it himself. He's knocked down immediately, trying to catch them napping on the run and nothing doing. And the Gators send out the punt unit.
Number 93, a punt formation to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 25. He gets a block. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So Florida State's offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. Sean Terry II. This is the guy the entire passing game is built around. He has a big play waiting to happen.
And what a treat, man. We get to see an elite wide receiver, a master at his craft perform today. And obviously, nobody in the seats are surprised, right? Because this university continually pumps out guys at the spot. But, Jesse, I love the way this dude performs.
It's a fumble on the play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. Play is as they check on it. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. As Holly mentioned earlier, this home crowd can create a huge advantage. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. 3rd and long. Try to convert through the air. They'll run the screen. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Hey, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that, man, because you need to give me everything you have. Like, I can't run out of bounds. I got a chance to maybe get the first down, lower my shoulder, be physical. My team needs a couple more yards to get the first down, and dude chose to run out of bounds.
He will be stopped short of the line to gain, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Oh, he's got some space. The 20. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game.
And, man, it's nice to have an offense that can strike immediately. They can put fear in defenses, make big plays, and you see it, man. They can add to the lead. They can build a lead quickly because they have this ability to put points on the board quickly.
Slips through the line. Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
He'll bring it out. It's Wilcox. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Quick give. It's Smith. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They'll ride him again. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience, bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. The screen, he can go. Breaks into the open. The 50. He's at the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Gators. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you've got to respect it. You've got to get more eyeballs on it and more attention to it.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you could turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. Got it, looking for the 1st down. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. Guys, you might know Florida State was once a women's college, didn't start playing football until later, and in fact, didn't start playing the Gators until 1958.
Even though they haven't been playing a long time, this game has featured so many of the biggest names in the sport. I think about Bobby Bowden, Steve Spurrier on the sidelines, Charlie Ward, Chris Swanky, Tim Tebow, Danny Werkle, Heisman Trophy winners. This game has had it all.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? They'll run it on 4th down. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Seminoles have this offense rolling. Fresh center downs going to the air. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's going to take off. He slides and gets the 1st down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary.
And that's the problem, man. You want to heat this guy up. You want to bring some pressure, but you see the other side of that coin. You bring pressure, he sees it, he can run, get the 1st down. This defense, it's kind of a pick your poison. Too soft, too laid back, he runs it and takes off. Too much pressure, he can run it and run away from guys and take off. So, nice 3rd down conversion by the quarterback.
2nd down, gonna throw it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The last 2 runs went headlong into a brick wall. Now 3rd and 10. They'll go to the air. They're all over it. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. The Gators decide to punt it away. First punt was gorgeous. Let's see if he can do it again. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Right side, it's Cantrell.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
And the Knowles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He's looking to throw. He'll pull it down. There he goes. Slides, avoids the punishment, and picks up the first down.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Coleman. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. Final game of the regular season, and you just hope this is not serious. 6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Makes the grab. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another 1st down.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Trying to run, it's Coleman. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Makes the grab. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. You don't really want to lose track of anybody, but I would say, David, especially not him.
Yeah, when you know he's really good, that's a good decision. Hey, sometimes you double him. Well, and sometimes you run the old zero covers, like nobody covers him at all. And that's what they did right there. That's not good sound defense.
Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
They'll run it on 3rd and goal. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Keeps it on the ground. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. And we've come to the end of 1. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. play action. Unloads it left. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll try to get the first through the air. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. The Gators will punt it away on 4th down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Hand off from the shotgun. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
It's just not easy to bring this guy down, is it? He is so dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands, and it makes me think back to old great Seminole running backs like Warwick Dunn, Travis Minor, a guy that I used to play against. How about Dalvin Cook even? Just guys that could make the first guy miss, and then they were able to just explode and burst and take it the distance. This guy right here, he is a unique talent.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Here's Williams to throw. Fires to the tight end. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary. Catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. And it's their freshman defensive back who's down on the play, and Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on his condition. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Timed it perfectly to knock him free and forces the 3rd down.
Well, it's a simple design there, guys. Just RPO. QB gets it out of his hands quickly, trying to attack the left side there in the flat. They're just not able to come up with it.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Flip it out to the back on the screen. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. 2nd and long here. Williams. Quickly out to the tight end. Could not make his way to the corner.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to...
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And that is no good. And guys still down by 4, still needing a touchdown to take the lead.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like,
the field goal miss make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Second down to the air. Got his man. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. There he goes. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Caught. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He locked up and held on to bring him down. Third and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! That's his third score of the game, and he's up to double figures with 10 on the season. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. They'll run it. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
Here comes the heat. And they got it.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
Not a lot of room to field this one. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly Rowe.
Here on the Gators sideline, guys, I can feel the energy here and the chemistry between this quarterback and his star wide receiver. He's already got 100 yards receiving in this game, and the way they're talking on the sideline here, they want to keep that going. I think you're going to see him continue to get some downfield targets from his QB here in this game. I'll keep you posted.
All right, Holly.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And look.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And I don't know if he made the right decision there or not. You could tell he could have given the football to the running back, but he chose to keep it, and it just got strung out down the right side and nowhere to go. I'll tell you what, better defense than bad decision-making by that quarterback.
Rush right in his face. Good job just to get rid of that one. And the Gators will punt this one away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Across the 10, got it out to the 14. That's a gain of 5.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Quarterback will keep it. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. The Noles will snap it on first and 10. Wide left, it's Cantrell. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll line up for a second down play. On the RPO, got him. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Throwing, Williams. The quick game. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Working the ground game. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Third down from the gun, Williams. Makes the grab over the middle. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Got a little space.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football all week long.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Williams under pressure. He's going to run it. Turning it. Got some room entered to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown Seminoles.
Man, that's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Wilcox. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. And to get rid of it quickly. Unloads in the nick of time.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, pressure's coming. Turns it upfield. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Makes the grab and gets the foot in bounds, and it'll be a first down.
Well, he has been the go-to guy all game long. He's been lighting up the scoreboard. This defense cannot cover him.
The Gators with the 1st and 10.
Here we go, ready. Black 14, ready, go.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Reels it in. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout at 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Takes a hit as he fires. A strike downfield. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Bringing it back. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that bull Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half. The Gators will kick it off to start the second half. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Before we kick off the second half, Holly Rowe, what do you have?
Guys, the Florida head coach told me coming out of the locker room, he is very pleased with his defense right now. As you know, this quarterback that they're facing has got so much hype and so much attention, but they have been able to contain him in the first half. They get the ball here to start the second. We'll see if this defense can keep up that same momentum and shut down that quarterback here in the third. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Williams desperately trying to cut through the noise. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Push is ahead. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And the Seminoles with myriad options after that big pickup on first down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And the Seminoles are rolling down the field. He's picked off and he's thrown a dozen of them. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Red pass, it's complete. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
He's got the tight end. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Finds the big tight end. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm. This defense better change something quickly because this has been way too easy.
And he's in. Touchdown, Florida.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you score. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Holly, what update do you have for us?
Checking in from the Florida State sideline, I can see the coaches imploring their team right now. This has to be a turning point. turning it over on that last drive, it could get out of hand if they don't make something happen right now. You see the coaches and players coming together to try to get that momentum back. I'll keep you posted on if that swings here in their favor. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Here's Williams to throw. Fires to the right. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy can catch it or nobody can catch it.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Still running at the 40. He slides past the first down marker, and he'll convert that third and long.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Turns it upfield. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Backs got it on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
You know, swing passes to the running back oftentimes are like an extension of the running game. That's like a sweep, but give the defense a ton of credit. The speed to be able to pursue and get to the football is why they've now set up fourth down.
Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that fourth down.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
He's knocked down, short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Hits inside, it's Coleman. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down.
You want to know why this team is losing? Look no further than this statistic, guys. Their best receiver doesn't have a catch yet in this game. There they try to go his way again. The defense has completely shut him down.
And he's not going to be able to wedge his way there. The defense with the stop.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Now they'll run it to the right here. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. But he's got a head of steam. Boy, he is hard to bring down.
Incomplete. A 50-50 ball won by no one that time.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Long way to go on second down. Running inside. It's Smith. Pass to 6. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
Nice job by this defense staying home, not getting fooled. When the ball goes away from me, I don't just chase blindly across the field. They see the reverse, and I love the speed, the close, and the tackle. They get a tackle for a loss on that gadget-type play.
They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. And the Gators, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Finds the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Tough run here. It's Smith. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. The Gators pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to throw on first. Extending the play. Here's a little room there. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. A first down run on the doorstep. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Gators! They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, third down, fourth down. I like them being aggressive. We just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
Second and long here. The run inside. It's Coleman. He's past the marker. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The offense lining up for a first down play. Play fake, Williams. Look out! It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
Defensive coordinators draw up all these blitzes, and then you got a guy like that, and he just can roll, and he can get out of things. He's a magician, just pops out of things, makes plays. He got outside the pocket, incomplete pass, but you know what? I was still holding my breath the whole time.
Right on target this time. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. You know, we joked that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
Yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Play is stopped as they check on an injured Gator. You hate to see an injury any time. Holly's going to keep an eye on that and get us up to date on what the situation is. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Williams to throw for it on fourth. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense. It can get a little heated, and it did in this Sunshine State showdown, but it couldn't stop the boys from Old Florida.